Hello, everyone. My name is Bruno Herrmann from LT Innovate. And today I have the pleasure to talk to Jerome Selinger from Precisely. Hello, Jerome.
Hey, how are you, Bruno?
Very well. Thank you very much for spending a bit of time with us today.
My pleasure.
So I would like to, of course, to talk about language intelligence. And, we have a usual question, which is, how would Jerome, how would you define language intelligence as a value creator for your organization and, of course, your clients?
Well, I think, Bruno, all of this perception of what language intelligence is about changed drastically when we started having large language models and Gen AI come into play about, say, 2 years ago or something along those lines. We really started looking into it attentively because we saw there was a lot of potential in there. And we started looking at ChatGPT and others. There's a lot of open source out there that we started digging into. And for me, it was obvious that it's just more than a simple interface to large language models. And really, for me now, language intelligence is what we can do with large language models. And it seems like the more we dig into it, the more potential we get from it, the more things we can do. So honestly, it also goes really well with our gold mine, what I refer to as our gold mine.
Mhm.
In my company, we've used a translation management system for about 20, 25 years. So we're sitting on the gold mine, our TMs, with dozens of millions of multilingual data. And the way we leverage it is, well, there's two ways of leveraging it, of seeking how to leverage it. The first one is, what does it mean for my organization? I think the key word is, with language intelligence and large language models, we can do much more with less. And this is what the company trend is about. I am always challenged with, how do you make more with less? So for me, this is the segue to provide this for the company. It allows us to do much more with the same budget. We can scale up, we can expand to more products, we can do more languages with this. And there's even more to this, where we have transformed my team into a language operations team through all of these tools. We're now fully cross-functional, and not only from a language perspective, because this intelligence helps us build chatbots and many other things. We're building tools that help content authors write more effectively, reusing our old documentation. We are doing source control quality, terminology management. We're generating definitions from new terms for the UX team with our large language model. We even expanded to improving subtitle translation, which is a very costly thing to do with post-processing, pre and post-processing, because you're translating chunk of sentences. With the LLM, you can put all of that together into a sentence, translate it using the source SRT for the timelines, and you get something decent to work with. So within the organization altogether, I have expanded the reach of what we can do with almost no added value, added budget, and with much, much more value. And in return, this is what our clients get, is faster time to market. Very recently, we started experimenting using an LLM to translate UI in a CDCI model. And the initial testing is just fresh from yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday, Friday, because it's Monday. But we can now provide translations in a CDCI model good enough for post-editing, which is something we've never been able to provide with just machine translation in the past. The LLM allows us to reach 70, 75% of the same content as the translators provided. So it's reusable in this context. So altogether, we can broaden client reach because we're expanding the languages at reduced content, reduced budgets, and we're giving more content to them in our web help center in languages we've never supported in the past. So altogether, we can project our company to be much more international than before and speak our clients' language, because it's very important to think of this way. We have to speak our client's language to reach them. And there's another thing. We're trying to reach Japan with a new product, and it's the same old chicken and egg discussion where management wants to have some prospects and clients to start spending money. And in Japan, it's the way back. You have to provide the content before you make customers. So we're starting to put up a prototype of our products and use the LLM to translate it so that our sales executive have something to demo to the customer. So that gives us an entry point to get more customers. So if I want to summarize all of this, we do more with less, and we provide more content to our customers with acceptable quality. We automate more. We work more cross-functionally within the team, different teams in the company. So for me, it's a gold mine that we're starting to use. And honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg at the speed of which progress is being made. It's amazing. What we're seeing today is absolutely amazing. It's every single day something new, and every new prototype we put in place opens door for more. So we're connecting the dots, building microservices, and for me, this is fantastic. It's the reunion of engineering and linguistic at the same time. This is exactly where I like to strive.
That's great, Jerome. And when you mentioned what your organization and yourself were doing to create value, I keep in mind that you mentioned the words expansion and effectiveness several times. So I think that's really where, the gold mine, as you said, has to be exploited to deliver on language intelligence. Just a quick follow-up question, very quick one. If you had to give one advice, just one, to someone who is not in your position with language operations, and to create, of course, value, what would you give as this one advice to that person? Would it be more on the tech side, or would it be more on the human side?
I think it's both, because technology is only good as how you define it. And if you don't have the person with the right skills in terms of globalization, localization, internationalization, if you hire a pure engineer person, that person wouldn't have the knowledge of how to implement things. They will know, but why to implement things and where you're going to. This is more important. So it's both a human and technology factor. And in this case, I found it really great that you can actually count on people who have the vision more than the people who own the technology. And I've done the test myself. If you want to write a simple Python script to help you with a problem, ChatGPT will do it for you. If you want to refine it, you'll need an engineer. But if you know what you need, it's project management that you're doing. Instead of using a human, you're using the machine. But if you don't know where you want to get to, technology is not, it's just a tool. If you don't know how to use the tool and where you want to get in the end, well, there's no point. There's really no point. So it's both a factor of having the person involved in technology as much as, on the strategy side of things.
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. I fully agree with you. And so first of all, Jerome, thanks a lot for sharing your perspective on language intelligence and how it creates value. So if you are watching this video now, and if you would like to share your story, your case about language intelligence and how you manage operations, how you use technology, you can definitely submit a proposal to speak at our upcoming conference, Language Intelligence 2025, that will take place in Vienna in November. So don't hesitate to go to the conference website and submit your proposal so that we can hear and learn from you. Thanks a lot. And thanks again, Jerome.
Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you.